Hello, all of my immaculate panic people, and welcome to counseling day. I always video on my way to counseling, and that's what I'm doing. Counseling today is going to be interesting because it is happening by telehealth today. Um, so yes, I'm on my way to counseling because counseling happens here in just a little bit, and I'm going to be pulling up my laptop and doing counseling by telehealth. I'm really interested to see how that goes. I think it's going to be an interesting process. Um, I'm looking forward to counseling today because I have a lot to talk about with my counselor. Um, Here in our state, it has just been announced that um, our schools are going to be going to distance learning, and we are not going to be going back to the classroom for the rest of the year. I have two kids that are seniors who are um, really having a difficult time processing that um, because they have officially had their last day of school, basically, their last day of walking in the hall with their friends. There will be no prom, there'll be no all of that stuff. Graduation probably won't be happening for them. And as a parent, I don't know how to help them with that. And so I want to talk to my counselor about how I can help them process that. Um, I'm also dealing with the reality of my bubble and my world here where I have had my safety net and my I don't know how to describe it. My quiet time, basically, where I have a quiet house to myself during the day. It's gone. So I don't have that anymore because the kids are here all day, and I love my children. I don't want to just make that sound negatively. I love my kids, and I love having them around, and I love spending time with them. But I'm used to having a quiet house to myself during the day, and I don't have that anymore. So this is an adjustment for me as well because they're here. And um, one thing I haven't really talked about is what my profession is before I went on leave is that I'm a teacher. And so um, one of my kids said to me today, because I said something to them, and she said to me, she said, I don't need you to be my teacher. And I said, I'm not being your teacher. I'm just being your parent and reminding you that you need to do this because the school sent an email to me as a parent saying that they need you guys to do this little thing so they can check to make sure everybody has, who has Wi-Fi. Um, so it's just kind of, I think everybody's just kind of on edge and on nerve, or kind of just get on edge of each other's nerves. So um, just kind of trying to understand where our places are and how we all kind of fit into all of this, and how we kind of navigate each other. So just some changes going on and how this is all going to work for all of us, and just to make sure that we're all cohesive and working together as a family unit. Um, what I think has been interesting though is that we are drawing together as a family, and we are supporting each other. We've been spending some good quality time together as a family, watching a lot of movies together, watching some a lot of YouTube videos together. We've been watching a lot of funny things together and just laughing a lot. So I think that's really good. And I want to talk to the counselor about that, about just what are some things that we can do. I'm pretty creative when it comes to stuff like that, but I want to definitely make sure that I'm getting the kids involved in those things, and ways to keep us busy at home, and just make sure that I'm processing things the way that I need to be processing them, and what I can do to help my kids, because my heart is just breaking for my two kids that are seniors. They're being completely robbed of the experience that they should be having as seniors in high school. And there's really not anything I can say or do to make this better for them. Um, and that's just the sad reality of it. So I will catch you guys on the flip side of counseling. Um, I'm really raring to go on this telehealth. Um, I think it'll be a neat experience. So I'll let you know how it goes. See you after counseling. Okay, so counseling was interesting doing telehealth because my camera kept freezing. I was using my Mac and it kept saying that the web page was getting overloaded, and so my camera was freezing. I could see my counselor fine the whole time. And that wasn't freezing up. And so it kept freezing up on me, and I kept having these weird facial expressions like, and all this stuff. So that was weird. Um, but overall, it was a good session. Got to kind of just talk and visit about um, ways I can support my kids, ways I can help support myself, um, to keep me going through um, kind of not having my space, my me time, those kinds of things. Um, it's just going to kind of be a lot. Things that we can do to help our own health through this. Making sure that as my husband comes home from work, that we are following kind of some health and safety and sanitary procedures for him. Um, that he changes clothes and showers when he comes home, that my kids do the same when they get home from their jobs, even though their hours have been cut. Those are things that we had talked about, anyways. But just making sure that we're really following through with those things, that kind of helping my kids to continue to have some normal routines and procedures throughout this. That even though they're going to be doing what we call distant learning or distance learning, where they're going to be doing their work from home once school does resume, that they still need to have some routine. And that's going to be hard to enforce because they are older teenagers, that I still need to try to have them kind of get up at a decent time and kind of follow their normal morning routines. That if they get up and get dressed, have them do that, have them do the things they would normally do. Um, Eat some breakfast, eat lunch kind of at a normal time, things like that. I don't do those things, so I need to maybe do that as well. So that would be good for all of us. I also need to make sure that I focus on my own mental health through all of this, making sure that, as my counselor put it, that my cup is full so that I can continue to give to them, and whatever it is that I need to be doing for myself to keep my cup full. If that means that I need to keep doing the things that I do, like, resting, taking a nap, having that alone me time. I love to take warm hot baths, um, just soak in the tub, things like that. So if that's what I need to do to, just whatever those things are that I do. Um, my front room in my house, I've talked before about that being kind of my place of comfort. The We're going to put the doors back on that front room so that I can have kind of a quiet place that is mine, so that I have my office that's dedicated for me, that is my quiet place to go, um, so that it's just a place for me to be, um, because I'm not used to having the kids here during the day. and just all these things that we need to do to have a normal as as possible life. Um, we talked about how as the teenagers are in their developing minds, they're not seeing the big picture yet as to the events that aren't happening for them right now. Um, and this is hard to grasp that yes, they're going to miss out on having prom, and they're going to miss out on you know walking the stage for graduation, and those are huge, huge milestones in one's life. But the big picture is that they're still going to graduate from high school, and they're still going to go on to go to college and have those events happen in their life. And that is the big picture, that life will continue and that life will go on. But I also need to make sure that I am truly hearing them and hearing their frustrations, and making sure to individualize for each child, um, hearing their frustrations in their own way, and gearing to each child what it is that they're communicating to me and my husband. So that's something I need to definitely be working on, is to communicate with each kid in their own, basically their own love language, as to what needs to happen. Um, one of our kids is about to turn 16. And so that's frustrating for him because he wants to be able to have his 16th birthday party, and that's going to be derailed for him. Um, and so, how do we navigate that? Because, you can't recreate a 16th birthday party at that moment. So, we are going to have to kind of delay that. But she offered some alternative suggestions as to what we could do for the 16th birthday to make that special. And I kind of liked some of the ideas she had. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm going to work on that and getting that going. And so so just some really great ideas that came out of it. So it was really a good session today. Just something I needed to kind of fill my cup up to let me know that I'm doing okay, and what I need to do to kind of recharge me and get me on the right path of my own mental stability in all of this, and know that it's okay for me to feel stressed about um, I guess losing my personal space, and that it's okay to feel the need to have that personal space. Um, so that's what I'm going to be working on, is kind of regaining that and how to get that. So with that, I am going to go ahead and sign off for today. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps my channel out, helps it grow, and leave me some comments. Let me know how you guys are coping through this social distancing. It is some people are dealing with it better than others. I'm okay with social distancing. I am not a get out of the house person. I am a stay at home curl up on the couch kind of a person anyways, so social distancing is not difficult for me. I know some people are going absolutely stir crazy with it. I'm good with it. So let me know how you're handling social distancing. I would love to hear how that's going for you guys. Hit that notification bell so you know when I make new videos. All those buttons are down below, so hit those buttons for me, and leave those comments. I want to hear how you're doing. Let me know how you're doing, and I love you all. Mwah.